10 years ago, Iran commandeered America's Stealthiest aircraft, the greatest U.S. tech loss since the Cold War. Stealth technologies have been at the center of American efforts to improve the survivability of future generations of its military aircraft since the late 1970s. Beginning with the F-117 Nighthawk radar-evading strike fighter in the 1980s, and today including ambitious and much more survivable sixth-generation stealth fighters under the development. Stealth aircraft have generally come into two categories: flying wing designs intended to evade not only tracking, but even detection at all wavelengths, and standard fighter designs with radar cross-section reducing airframes such as the F-117, F-22 and F-35. Although the latter are difficult to gain weapons locks on, they can be detected relatively easily, particularly by L-band radars. Flying wing designs include the B-2 Spirit strategic bomber, its upcoming replacement the B-21 Raider, and the Chinese H-20. While stealth aircraft have been neutralized on a number of occasions, most notably two F-117 seconds over Yugoslavia in 1999, flying wing stealth jets have only been brought down at stamped-off ranges once. On December 5, 2011, Iran managed not only to detect but also bring down America's latest flying wing stealth aircraft, the Lockheed Martin RQ-170. The RQ-170 closely resembled the B-2 Spirit bomber that had entered service 10 years before it in 1997, but was more sophisticated and considerably smaller, which contributed to a much lower radar cross-section. The aircraft was designed for high-priority reconnaissance missions as a replacement to the fast but relatively non-stealthy Senior 71 Blackbird, which was retired in 1999. When entering service in 2007, it was very likely the stealthiest aircraft in the world, and was intended to fly deep into enemy airspace undetected for reconnaissance. In the early 2010s, preceding the signing of the Iran nuclear deal, Iran's suspected development of nuclear weapons was a leading policy concern in the West. Reconnaissance over Iranian nuclear sites, which were heavily defended by various radar installations and F-14 Tomcat fighters, was thus assigned to the RQ-170, some of which reportedly operated from Afghanistan from 2007. The aircraft had a relatively high endurance and is thought to have been equipped with an electro-optical sensor suite and as a radar. Iranian cyber warfare unit commandeered an RQ-170 deep in the country's airspace, although this was hotly disputed by Western sources claiming that the drone had been shot down by a kinetic weapon. Iran's ability to detect the drone, let alone form a lock sufficient to neutralize it, was unexpected considering how cutting-edge the aircraft was. Controlling the drone and forcing it to land at an Iranian airbase was considerably more impressive still. Conflicting reports have indicated that Iran may have had support from China and used electronic warfare equipment from Belarus to neutralize the target. There was a significant possibility that Iran, having become aware of flights into its territory, had long planned an operation to acquire one of the aircraft. The U.S. responded to the loss of a valuable aircraft, which footage soon proved had landed intact in Iran, by requesting that Tehran return it. Iranian officials slammed the U.S. for violations of their airspace and refused, with Defense Minister Ahmad Vahedi stating on December 13 that instead of apologizing to the Iranian nation, it is brazenly asking for the drone back. The U.S. response was also controversial domestically, with the vice president under the preceding administration, Dick Cheney, slamming the Obama administration's restraint and stating that the U.S. should have immediately destroyed the drone from the air to prevent its technologies from being acquired by potential adversaries.